Hello and welcome to Transformation Now. Hi, I'm Rita, rocker, speaker, author, trainer with SoaringHigher.rocks, and very privileged to be speaking with you again today. This is going to be the start of a new program, and basically it's You Are Destined for Greatness. And a lot of this comes from my brand new book, Miracle in Your Mirror, Pursuing Your Passion at Any Age. And that could be a teenager through 90, 95 years old. It doesn't matter. We all have passions we want to pursue. And so this is really, we are all destined for greatness. And a lot of us have never felt that way, including myself. But there are so many wonderful things we can do to go on and go forward and to pursue our dreams, our goals, our passions. And so something I read about holding on to your dreams was we all have dreams of how we would like life to be, how we would like our world to be, how we would like ourselves to be. Were we to speak of this hope, this vision, many times people would tell us to be more practical, that life is not like that, but it can be. But the fact that life does not seem to be that way at present does not mean it cannot be. And for a lot of us, it doesn't seem like that right now, but it can be. We can go forward. I've shared over the months so many miracle stories of people who were down and out, were missing limbs, all kinds of things they had gone through, and yet they achieved their dreams, their goals, their passions because they focused and they would not let go. It's like going for the jugular vein. I'm not letting go. And so it says, if the dream is there, the potential for its realization is there. The manifestation of it, the potential is there. It depends on what we're going to do with our life in order to reach that. And then they say it is so important to hold on to your dreams, to nurture them. So what does nurture mean? That means being to feed and envision. Okay, so we have to think of that, to nourish it with every hope through all of the things that happen in our life, for striving for those dreams, because they can become a reality when you find that part of yourself that realizes, hey, I'm capable of doing this. I am absolutely capable of doing this. And so to be true to your dreams, nurture them. That means feed them, think about them, water them, work on them, keep your focus on them, because they are promises for your tomorrow. Because where your focus goes, your energy flows, and that's what you're going to manifest, whatever your energy is doing, how your energy flows, okay? So think about I know this may sound kind of strange to some people, but many years ago, and it's what I actually recited at the Mrs. Nebraska pageant the year I won, and it's called Metamorphosis. And really, it's amazing because my mother wrote this about my life, very personal about my life. But as I shared it so many times at retreats and conferences, especially in women's groups, they could really relate to this in their own lives. So I hope this can relate to you as well in some way. And it said, you'd never guess what happened to a little worm one day. Her heart was filled with sadness as she inched along her way. Oh, woe is me, she sadly cried. How drab my life has been. No matter how I've tried and tried, it seems I just can't win. I'm tired of being in the mud, of crawling on the ground. If I could soar through blue skies and walk or run around, I'm sure then I'd be happy and I could laugh and smile. Then joy and peace would come my way and life would be worthwhile. Then came a message. 'Twas written on the breeze. It seemed to say, be patient and put your heart at ease. Just trust me for your future and let your old self die. Inside that lowly worm, I've put a lovely butterfly. And so as faith took over and possessed her every thought, she kept the vision in her mind of the miracle to be wrought. And daily, never doubting, she drew nearer to her goal. No longer sad, discouraged, her God was in control. With one last mighty struggle for freedom from the past, she burst the bonds asunder that had long held her fast. And with delight that knew no bounds, she soared up towards the sky. enraptured, happy, joyous, a lovely butterfly. So think about that, the love, the respect, all those things that are so important, the kindness to yourself, to others. Honor yourself and others. Honor your achievements and other people's achievements. And then ask yourself, what makes you feel life inside? When somebody hits something in you that is actually your passion, your purpose, your life, your desire, you feel it, and that makes you light up. And that's something that you were meant to do. That's something that you have been gifted to do. So think about that. What gives you joy? Okay? Is it friends? Is it recognition? A lot of times it's recognition for an accomplishment, something that a person's done, something they've scored. It could be something good. It might not be something so good. Is it hugs? What gives you joy? And a lot of times those things that you would like to do for a passion and even work on a daily basis give you joy because it's fulfilling the desires of your heart, the passions in your heart. So think about that. And then what would you like to do all day long? I've heard people sometimes say, you know what? I love what I'm doing so much, I would do it with no pay at all. And so many times, yes, we need the job, the job, to pay the bills so many times, but also, what would you like to do all day? Is that something you can turn into, your passion into a purpose that you can work towards? Learn new skills, hang around those kinds of people, take new classes in order to actually get into that industry or make a hobby an actual goal to be a full-time job. People do that all the time. So what do you like to do all day? What is your passion about? Usually it's your purpose. It's your purpose in life. So what would I like to do for free? Think about that again. That is so important. And then every day move towards your passion. Okay, that is so important. So write 3 core values that you want to live by. All right, so that these 3 core values, if it doesn't meet those, I'm not going there. I'm not doing that. An example could be just core values of inspiration, peace, and integrity. So what could that mean? I'm not doing anything, including watching something on TV or going somewhere that doesn't inspire me to do better, to learn more, to have fun, yes, but does it inspire me? Does it inspire other people? Are the things that I'm learning and doing in my life that can inspire other people to get their dreams as well? And another one would be peace. You know, what gives me peace? How can I help other people find peace? That might be a core value. I'm not doing anything that takes away my peace or causes chaos or something in other life. Peace is one of my core values in what I do. And then integrity, that's honesty, that's having a moral life. It's not doing things that are going to be destructive or harmful. A lot of my life was that way, very self-destructive because I didn't think I was worth any more than that. So think about integrity. That could be a 3rd core value in things you will and will not allow to happen in your life. You know, another set of 3 could be, some people have the gift of helps, it's called. It's service to others. You know, they're the ones that want to fix the meals and buy the gifts and do this and do that. And they're always helping people. They're always blessing people. So it's like, okay, is this going to be something that is really going to fulfill my desire to give and to help others? And the second one might be confidence. Is this something that's going to build up my confidence? Is this one of my core values? And it really should be a lot of times because if we lack confidence, we may be totally capable of doing something, but if we don't have the confidence that what we're doing is right, or that we're not good enough for it, or not talented enough, or educated enough, that can totally tear down someone's life and never receive. So that could be another one of the 3 core values is, does it make me feel confident in what I'm doing? Am I using my skills and abilities? Is it taking away my confidence? Is someone else taking away my confidence that I don't want to let go of, but I lose my confidence when I'm with them? Okay, that's a core value. You can't let that go. And then another one in those three could be builds up. Is it something that's building me up? Is it building my family up? Is it building other people up? Or is it something that, you know, this person's greedy, they want me to work for them, but they want me to do things that are not quality, not good. And so in that case, it's not building them up. All right, it's not building me up. Therefore, that is not one of my core values. I'm not going there. And so sometimes we have to get really tough with that, but at the same time, that's critically important that we do that. So, you know, and again, you know, I've fought being in a funk a lot of times, and I have friends right now who's like, I don't know what's wrong. I just feel like I'm in such a funk. I don't know what it is. I don't want to do anything. I don't feel right. And that's the kind of time, though, that we actually need to get up, get out, take a walk, unless you're getting blown away in the wind, like here right now. But, you know, turn on some music, just dance in your kitchen or in your living room, or get out a coloring book. There are adult coloring books. I mean, do something that is going to help you be creative. You know, things that, what would be creative? Maybe building something. Get some Lego blocks and start building something. Build a project, draw something that you'd like to build into a business. You know, a project that will keep you focused going forward. If you want to learn how to play tennis or archery or something like that, put on some videos, something that will help you to get creative, get you out of the funk that you might be feeling. Drawing, gardening. Now, I kill everything I try to grow, so I don't garden, but some people could make beautiful floral arrangements. Just go get some silk flower. Do something that's creative, and that would be inspirational for you. And so you can really see what you can do with your hands, with your mind, with your imagination. Write. I'm doing more writing again. You know, I've written 5 books and have done some co-authors. But at the same time, it's getting more life to me. So write, journal, do some things like that. My son's starting to work on some books from all of his experience in a very tough, dangerous job. And he's going to help other people with it. That's where his heart is. Makeover. Go get a makeover. You know, go to a counter at a department store and ask for a makeover. Do something fun, inspirational, but get out of that funk. We have to do that. Otherwise, we sit there and maybe drink, you know, eat too much, and then just watch TV all day, and the brain is numb and nothing happens. So always think about that. Determine your energy stealers. What is stealing your energy? A lot of times it's a person. A lot of times it's people around maybe we have to be working with. A job situation, a home situation. What are your energy stealers? Who are the people that are stealing your energy? And so you have to go, you know, I'm going this way and let go of those. I've realized that a lot lately, you know. There's a lot of energy stealers and we have to let those go. Negative people, alcohol, all kinds of things that can steal our energy. And I talked to a gentleman a few days ago, very nice man, widower. He, you know, gets drunk at least 4 days a week. I'm thinking maybe more. And so I just flat out said the other day, I said, so why do you have to get drunk almost every day? And he paused for a second and he goes, because it makes me happy. And I thought, okay. So we had a little discussion on that, but and I understand that sometimes drunk, you know, alcohol, drugs, things like that, overdoing anything is to numb our pain. And if we're afraid to take a step forward for whatever reason, then it helps us not to get out of the familiar that we're in, and so we stay where we are. So think about that too. No, it may numb your pain, but then when you know, sober up, there it is still. And so there are more positive ways to move beyond that pain. And then, you know, so energy stealers, but then energy givers. Could be good, positive friends, not the stealers, but the good, positive friends. It could be a hobby that you're starting to love and you see so much creativity in you, or so much physical expertise on a sport. And you go, yeah. So I'm starting to do that with some, you know, target practice. You know, I'm going to be learning some archery, just some different things to be able to focus. So you take your mind off of what's negative, not from, you know, not with alcohol or drugs or something like that, but you take your mind off things by something that's positive and forward-looking, forward-thinking, and it's fun. and you feel good. You feel good about yourself, and then you can help move forward. Music, dance, art, sports, whatever the case may be. You know, think about those things. Go for those things. I've never been a sports person, but I'm starting to get more interested in even throwing darts, just something that could be fun, can be a challenge, and focus on something different. So always think about that. And, you know, protect your emotional energy at all costs. We have to do that. But boy, does it pay big dividends in the long run. Okay, so now there's 21 action steps to ignite your success. And again, I've mentioned Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi. They are amazing. And so this is something that, as I was reading over it, all these thoughts kept coming to me. They were powerful thoughts and very positive. So if this is something that you actually wanted to have, you know, you could contact me at Rita@soaringhigher.rocks, and I could send it over to you. It's very powerful. And so it says, taking action is the strongest way to create success in your life. Not wishing, okay, that's the opposite of action. You know, fear a lot of times, like I mentioned, will keep us in a state of procrastination. I'm a terrible procrastinator, and I admit it, okay? And so a lot of times, instead of taking action, we're afraid. We don't know what to do. Our mind gets numb. So we don't do anything. Or we do something like sit and watch TV all night and take no steps. It's like, okay, going to watch TV. How about getting up and exercising a little bit while you're watching it? Get the blood flowing. Get your focus on something else. That lady, Mel Robbins, that I've watched some of her programs, and I think I shared this before, she said that when she was down and out and always feeling like she messed up something, didn't do it right, she started going to the bathroom mirror, and she said, you know what a high five is? She said, you give somebody a high five, like, hey, great job, good job, keep going. And so she would start giving herself a high five in the mirror. And she said she couldn't believe how much that was changing her thoughts and her feelings about herself, giving herself a high five and smiling. Because you will feel so much better if you do. Start building yourself up, even if it's just you. I don't really have family around, no, but I can give myself a high five, give it to a friend of mine, and it's wonderful, it's fun, and it helps get the mind going in a different direction. So think about that, you know, and anything to ignite your success in your life. You know, you think of something, you ignite something like you set it on fire. Set your heart, your mind, your spirit on fire with the things that you're good at, that make you shine, that make you happy, that you love to do, because that's the direction you need to go, not where maybe you might be right now. So think about that. So what ignites my life? Stop and really, what ignites my life? Is it certain people, places, and things? Is it a certain kind of job? What ignites my life? If you just think of that in one sentence, what ignites my life? It's like, oh, wow, yeah. And it'll bring up thoughts in your mind that you maybe laid on the shelf when you were younger, because it's like, well, that's never going to happen. What ignites my life? What ignites me? And if I'm watching something on TV or an event, or I'm going to an event and I see someone doing the same thing, I don't care. Football, baseball, dancing, ballet, whatever it is. Oh, that ignites me inside. What ignites you? If you think about that, thoughts are going to go back through your whole life. You're going to start thinking about things. And it's like, wow, yeah, it really works. What ignites me as far as my business? Okay, what ignites me as far as my business is concerned? What would I like to do in business? Am I doing it? I spent a lot of years doing work I didn't like to do, but that's just what my family did. And I know, what ignites you in your business, your career? And I might have shared this before. I can remember one case where there was a doctor. He was a very successful doctor. He didn't want to be a doctor anymore. And so eventually he sold his practice. He wanted to be a silversmith up in a mountain town. So he did. He left his medical practice and he became a successful silversmith in a mountain town. Now those are totally two separate kinds of careers. That's what made him happy. And so we sometimes do things that other people expect us to do, or maybe they want to live vicariously through us. especially as a younger person. So I was like, oh my gosh, well, I guess I'm going to have to play sports, even though I want to get into technology or music. That happens a lot. So think about what ignites you in your career search, your values. What ignites you with relationships? How many of them do I have to cut off because they're igniting the wrong kind of fire in me? And so again, what ignites me in the relationships? Is it having pals that will be there, that want to laugh, they want to have fun, they want to do simple things, they just want to go out and explore? But what ignites me with friendships, relationships, and what's putting that fire out? We know where that goes. And with family, what can I do differently to ignite more passion, more love, more respect in family, or helping each other in family life? I've seen so many families the last few years where, yeah, it's my daughter-in-law, quite often, truly, or someone decided they don't want me around anymore. They think I'm a pest, and maybe not at all, but I'm seeing that a lot with kids, adult kids, that are shutting the parents off from seeing their grandkids. And quite often there's no legitimate reason. Now, if there is, that's another story. But think about what would ignite you, your family, your blessings, all of that. And so if you stop and think about that, just sit quietly, even take a half hour. Always use a notepad and a pen. Do not sit at the computer and try to type out notes. No. You won't be able to think the same way you will if you can sit quietly. Maybe you have to sit in your car in a garage. Maybe you have to do it in the bathtub because there's so much noise. Whatever it takes, but do that, and thoughts will start coming to you. They're like, oh yeah, I think this is part of the problem, or oh, if I do more of this, I'm going to feel better. It's going to be better for my children, whatever the case may be. So sit quietly and think about that, and then start with one or two actions of the ones I'm going to be sharing with you, because we can't just like, oh, I'm changing my whole life overnight. That doesn't happen. There's habits that we sometimes have to break. There's other people, relationships, things that we have to deal with. And so don't get down on yourself thinking, well, my gosh, I need to do all these things. Yes, as time goes on. So take one step at a time. And so you'll be surprised, though, as you take one step, and that feels great. And you think, oh my gosh, you know what? I'm not drawing those same people to me anymore that I used to draw to me, because I now have enough self-respect, enough self-love. I've learned enough about new manners, about taking better care of myself, that I find I'm actually attracting nice, good people to me now, not the ones that were not so good for me. And so think about that, one step at a time, and you will start realizing how your life is changing, how different people are approaching you, how other people don't want to approach you anymore. And that's a good thing. So that really, really works in order to not stay the same. Okay, so the first one then is stop. All right, so what does that mean? The way you do things presently. What ones do you have to stop doing presently? So to stop allows you to take the right inventory of what is happening in your life objectively and with clarity, okay? So what I've heard before is when people are trying to imagine, the manifestation, they're trying to imagine this new life, they say, okay, you imagine, sit back, like you're in a theater seat and you're watching the movie of your life or what you're doing on a screen, okay, up above. And so you're sitting there and you're looking at this. And so you look at everything objectively, not personally, with a lot of feeling. So you see yourself behaving with a certain person a certain way. You see yourself maybe having all this capability at work, but how you kind of just like hover, kind of move back because this person has all this education. And so, gosh, I can't like act like I know more than they do. But you see yourself, you see yourself not where, oh God, this is hurting, this is killing me. You have to let go of that. Like, no, I'm going to watch this objectively. What is happening at home? What is happening at work? What is happening in sports, school, my life? What is happening? And you literally watch yourself without having feelings in it, and just like, it's a movie. Okay, you start seeing all kinds of things in your movie of your life that will tell you, oh, now I see why this is maybe happening the way it is. And so you can start taking steps to alleviate the bad, move forward with the good. This is a powerful, powerful, powerful step to do that, to look back. And then once you've figured out these things, and make notes. I see this is happening in my relationship. I see this is happening with my finances because I keep turning down good opportunities because I don't feel like I'm worth it, I'm smart enough, whatever the case may be. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't do anything negative to yourself because, again, you're in the theater, you're watching in a movie, okay? So it's powerful to really change your life in so many ways because you start problem resolution. I love that word because, double word, because it's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to start resolving these problems. I'm going to start resolving these issues because of the steps that I'm now going to start taking in that direction. So think about that. And then once you have those lined up, you can start taking steps one at a time. What's the most important thing I need to change first? Or maybe what's the easiest thing I need to change first? And then move from there. So I will continue on with this with the next program, but these are going to be powerful steps to help totally change your life and reach the passion that you're pursuing. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.